So got off to a little rough start this morning. You know, when you're camping, you're on your own schedule. Well, my plans was this morning to get up at 6 or 6:30 and be on the road by 8ish. That didn't happen, so I ended up being about 2 hours late. I'm gonna say 2 hours and a half, because I stopped to get air in my tires. I tried to record a guy putting the air in my tires, but as I was putting air in the tires, the doggone thing, it was sucking the air out of it. And I'm like, I'm hitting the plus sign, and as soon as I hit the plus sign, the air seeped out the little tube thing. Then I'll put it in my tire, plug in. Now granted, I only got 5 minutes, which seems like I think they shorted me a minute or two. But I'm plugging it in, hitting the button. It's still sucking air. I'm using my little tool, this thing, and it's saying less than what I started with. I'm like, whoa. So I just quickly Googled a tire shop, which ended up being a Goodyear tire shop. And I went over there and I tried to pay the lady to have the service guy to put air in my tires. She came out, and I was like, okay. I said, well, you ready for the payment? She said, no, we don't charge to do that. I'm like, wow, that was just awesome. But put a little delay in my plans. But anyway, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and it is what it is.
It rained so hard, y'all. It really made for a nasty setup, but hey, when I was in the military, we had a saying, if it ain't raining, we ain't draining. Yeah, I just apply that now to camping. But we'll put our own twist on it for camping. If it ain't damping, we ain't camping. After a long, wet drive, I've arrived. You know the thing I like about my camper? I can black it out and you can't even see any daylight coming in here. So I slept in, but it's time to get some breakfast going and get my day started to tour this base. This is my first time on a Marine base, and we're about to see, it's really technically where I grew up. It's a Navy and submarine base. Navy and submarine and Marine base, Kings Bay. They have a Marine unit out there, but anyway, you get the point. But this is a full Marine base. It's small. It's a logistic. So it's mostly civilian ran, and yeah, I think it's different. It's different, but we're gonna explore it today. Got a lot of things to do here, and catch you guys back on the flip side. Alright, so guys, I'm gonna show you guys the campground. This morning, it's about 8 o'clock, but here's my drive pad. But I'm gonna show you guys the campsite, and there's Big Ed, all camped in. I'm not by the water, as you can tell. But here's my pad. Now, the one thing I do like about this campsite is that the garbage is right here in front of you. Now, it's missing a fire pit. It is full hookup. You have a sewer back there, and there's one on the other side I gotta hook up today. You have a grill, which is nice, but you got all this patio area, and you also have a storage. If you were staying here long term and needed to put all of these have these little storage buildings, and I really, really enjoy this feature. The next time I'll have to stay a little while longer, but the campground is not that big. As I was saying, the campground is not that big, but it is a nice site. It's nice and quiet out here. And just like most military campgrounds, people are in transit. You have your veterans that are out here staying. And this is MCLB, Albany, Georgia. Oh, and that's Marine Corps Logistics Base for Albany, Georgia. Avocado toast, coffee. I don't know what it is about camping, but I don't know. I was get hungry earlier than I'm supposed to. Normally I'm intermittent fasting, but it's about 10, close to 10 o'clock. So I'm 2 hours early from my meal, but I'm gonna go ahead and eat so I can feed TK, walk him, take a shower, and go explore. Yes, it's so pretty here. I don't know. Listen to Leah. Though I so badly wanted to record everything I experienced in this building under this one roof, recording was not allowed because of the copyright. However, I do have a book, and I may create a short because now the book is mine that I'm able to use at my own will without infringing on the copyrights. This was an experience. The experience was so deep. It left me a little bit emotional, but we will persevere and we keep moving. And like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wanted, the dream is for everyone to get along and to ensure that everyone has equal rights. Now time to give you a bit of bass. As a retiree, I'm so privileged to go to the commissaries, go to PXs, as we call them in the Army. Here it's called the MCX. And on the Navy side, it's called the NEX. I'm privy to go to all of these places and still enjoy tax-free grocery and tax-free merchandise. Now, I'm not saying it's always cheaper on bases and forts and posts, but sometimes you get a bargain and sometimes you don't. So don't get it twisted out there in civilian land, because everyone thinks because it's tax-free that we are getting a bargain. It is not always the case. Trust me, I know. I shop from the commissaries to Kroger, Walmart's, Publix, all those things. Oh, Aldi's, one of my faves. But I'm going to take you to one of the recreation departments. On most military bases, you have the opportunity to rent cabins. You can rent these RVs and you can pull them out to the sites where you want to go. Or I don't know if you can remove them off post or not. I've never was inquisitive about it, but I will find out. This is, again, Albany, Georgia's Marine base. And they also have things like boats and kayaks and stuff like that you can rent as well. This is one of the things I did like about this base as well, is they had a lot of areas that was just patches of green land that I can just let my dog out and he can go run. I can even see me doing like a lunch on the grass or something like that. It was beautiful when it wasn't raining, because as you know, when I got here, it was raining. But for the most part, I was able to let TK get out and run around and be a dog. You know, I'm still trying to work on him fetching and bringing back whatever he, fetches. But he's still considered a pup. He's still doing his thing. And he's my boy. And I love him. Okay, so let's get ready to go visit the campground. One thing I did like about this site, or this whole entire campground back here, it was probably less than a mile away from where the commissary was. Probably, I'm going to say a mile and a half. Commissary, the MCX, gas station, and other recreational activities that you could have done. But upon the entrance, this is basically one big loop. I believe there are 29 or 30 sites. And for I think it was $30 a night. It was $30 a night, because the whole total of 3 nights was $105, and that was because I had to pay a pet fee for TK, and it had full hookup. So you got your water, sewer, and electrical. And normally I really go for the sites with water, but there's no lake on the campground whatsoever. However, there is another video for a hidden gem, a nature trail that TK and I stumbled across by accident while I was walking him. Why they don't advertise it, I don't know. Probably because of the risk of the wildlife and the nature, but it is what it is. We found it and we explored it. So again, this is a very small campground. We are looping around back to the Senilia, but what you can't see is the middle of the whole entire loop. It has sites in between. So what I'm going to do is once I back in, you guys will hopefully get a glimpse of the sites that are in the middle. And my apologies for not being one of those ones that can call out the numbers of all the campgrounds. But this is what I'm talking about right here. In the middle of this loop, there are several campers out here. And they're all considered, I believe, pull-in sites. And when I say they did an amazing job, they did an amazing job. And there's a sign you can see right down here in the corner. And I'm unsure if I'm the one who did that when I try to pull into the site across from me to try to back in, knowing I was going the wrong way. But anyway, that was my bloopers for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. And stay tuned for more on Adventures of Val and her experience to see if I can do the full-time life. And though it was an overcast, it was still a gorgeous day. The temperature was right. It was just nice out that day.